Once upon a time, there was a little girl. One day, she fell terribly ill, and her mom and dad took her to the hospital. The doctors tried for a very long time to cure her, but they failed. "Our medicines aren't working," the doctor told her parents. "Your little girl will die soon." Mom didn't tell the girl anything, but the girl understood everything when she saw her mother's tear-filled eyes. They moved the girl to another hospital, one where other dying children were kept. Here, the food was delicious, you could play all day long, and there were no homework assignments at all. Yet there were still no joyful children here. And if one day a child didn't show up anymore, everyone knew what had happened, though they pretended nothing was wrong. Some children died quickly, while others lingered for a long, painful time. Those who didn't die fast learned many terrible stories about a black shadow that came by day to take one of the children away, about death itself, which came at night, sat on a child's chest, and grew heavier with every passing second until the child beneath it finally died. Sometimes a sightless old hag would come and pull the life out of a body like a rope until she'd drawn it all out. For others, death sliced life away in chunks like a butcher, and that was the most painful of all. There was also a death that hid in the dark corner of the ceiling. This one was the gentlest death, and the children would leave a saucer of milk in the corner, hoping it had come for them. "It drops from above and kills instantly," one boy explained. "You're still walking, moving your legs, but you've been dead for a long time already." "Has anyone ever recovered here?" the girl once asked. "Even the doctors don't talk about that," a girl with skin as white as chalk replied. "The one they called the Snow Queen. No one ever leaves this place." But another boy objected, "Unless you can get the black apples. They don't cure you, they just hide your death instead," the Snow Queen said. "What are these black apples?" the girl asked. The boy didn't answer, he just crossed his arms. It meant this wasn't a topic for talking. But when the boy was left alone, the girl went up to him and begged, "Tell me about the black apples." The boy looked around and whispered, "Do you know what's behind our hospital? There's an old swamp. Witches used to live there, they say. Sometimes you can still see them if you're about to die very soon, but that rarely happens." He paused for a moment, then continued, "In the swamp, there's a deep pool where black apples grow at the very bottom, under the water. If you get one, you must carry it with you for 1 day and 1 night. Then your death will pass into the apple and you won't die. But only until the apple dries up. Black apples take a long time to dry, sometimes 10 or even 20 years. And if you water them with swamp water, they last even longer. How do you find this pool? It's the deepest one, and the water is so black that if you look in, you won't see your reflection. But the pool is so deep, not everyone can swim down to the bottom, and even if you do reach it and find a black apple, you might not have enough air to come back up. But someone must have done it, otherwise how would anyone know about these black apples?" The boy shrugged. "Once a boy was brought here, he was a swimmer, so he went to the swamp and brought back 3 black apples, 1 for himself and 2 he gave away. All 3 recovered and went home. But one boy was brought back later. His mother threw away the black apple, releasing death back into his life." The girl didn't want to die, so she decided to go to the swamp. In a book, she'd read that in old times, pearl divers used to take a heavy stone with them to sink faster to the bottom. She found a suitable stone, put it in her bag, and the next morning she quietly slipped out of the hospital and made her way to the swamp. She wandered there for a long time, peering into pools, but couldn't find one where she couldn't see her reflection. She was about to return to the hospital when she finally spotted a pool with water so black it looked like tar. The girl looked into the pool, but saw nothing but darkness. Then she tossed her bag with the stone into the water and dived in after it, holding tightly to the handles. The water in the pool was icy cold. Black weeds clung to her arms and legs, trying to stop her, but the stone pulled her down. "How will I see the black apples in this darkness?" the girl thought. The stone reached the very bottom. The girl turned her head but couldn't make anything out in such deep darkness, so she let go of the bag's handles and began to search by touch. Almost at once, her hand brushed against something hard and round. The girl grabbed the black apple tightly, yanked it free, and immediately started to swim up. The apple was heavy and pulled her down, and the weeds seemed unwilling to let her go. Still, the girl slowly rose toward the surface. She could already see the light above, just a little more. "I did it! I did it!" the girl thought joyfully. But then, suddenly, something grabbed her leg and pulled hard downward. Startled, the girl nearly dropped the black apple. She looked down. From the dark depths were pale hands reaching up toward her, the hands of the dead children. Children who had also dived into the pool for black apples, but never made it back to the surface. Now, the dead children didn't want her to leave the pool. With all her strength, the girl kicked the hand that had grabbed her and surged upward. She pushed herself out of the water and crawled far away from the black pool. The dead children floated just below the surface, watching her with black eyes, opening their dark mouths like fish, but they couldn't reach her. And the girl sat by the edge of the pool and cried. Because when she'd escaped the pool, she'd let go of her black apple.